Let us begin our day with a small prayer. As such, never have your hands like this to make you a slave. And definitely not like this. You're causing a psychological problem. All right, and you're guilty of it. Anyway, but more so in humility. I thank Jah for my early rising in the morning. Great health. I also thank Jah for the opportunities He places before me, so therefore I may succeed at them in His bequest and His bequest only. I also thank Jah for allowing me to show people to how to better serve themselves and to help them realize that self-reliance does work in many cases. But most importantly, it shows some sort of compassion towards our enemies, even though they deserve our righteous patata no culo. Yes, Lord Jesus Christ is due to 227th day after the throne of King Haile Selassie. Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari. The dragon in the mountain is up, people. Therefore, join the conversation. That's right. And from all of you to all of us who are here, welcome to the KTNG Morning Show. Simulcast on YouTube and Facebook. I think I got that wrong. Oh my God. Oh God. Okay. So, needless to say, I want to thank you all for coming through here. And how about this? More importantly, I do want to thank, let's see, the, I don't know, I guess the later portion of the black community for, as always, supporting my worthwhile endeavors here. Let's see. More importantly, I have an issue going on here of NORAD and Facebook systematically or systemically, pulling my stories off of the air before I even get to the air. But you know something? That does not stop me. I am your host, the king of it all. I guess I'm the king of the bastards, really. From the left coast to the right coast, from the north to the south, the irrepressible mouth. On here we go, people. The G to the R to the I to the T to the Z. Zesty on top of the mountain, all the way down to the freeway all day. Yo, freak on the peak who's about to speak. And if you open up your mind, I'll give you something to think about for the rest of the week. Bingo, bango, bongo. How y'all doing? If you're on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. And therefore, let me know what you got any comments. We can always address those things. It is under MushLuv'd by Jah. You'll find the KTNG Morning Show from there. Now, if you're on Facebook and everything, join the conversation. We got a lot to discuss today, and therefore, it all borders on one individual again. You know him as your commander in beef, your master of disaster and stress and strife. The man with the tiny hands and the mushroom appendage. Alrighty? Seriously, you know him, people, as Cheese Burger. Like the sumo hands thing, right? Sumo hand. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, now let's get through this. And amazingly enough, go with the quickness and everything. Africa Islam, thank you so much for coming through, my brother. Peace be upon thee. That's right. Fricksan, good morning. I will drop it there and so forth. The picture. I tried to drop some information and everything on people's sites and Facebook pages today, but I was blocked systematically by Facebook. And I live, needless to say, I live like 12.5 miles away from NORAD, so the government is already on me as it is. All right. Now, let us not put let's put our perspective together on today's spit. Now, today's spit is that frozen orange butt plug. Now, we all know that Cheeseburger does not have the proclivity, or needless to say, the intelligence to understand what global warming is. Wishing that it would show up at his command. I mean, come on, who does this? All right, who does this? Well, let's bring into some. Let's go into like the ideology and the psychological breakdown that I give you here about this individual. Now, here it is, Daily Breeze, people. Cheeseburger organization brings a new system to help it stop hiring illegal migrants. The guy was breaking the law, but he broke the law to help him. Again, I say this, Cheeseburger don't care about you. He never has, never will. Okay, he only cares about what he can get for free. Zakir Muhammad, what's going on? So I'm gonna look at my brother. Now, Cheeseburger's organization is to bring in a new system to help it stop hiring illegal immigrants following embarrassing reports that undocumented migrants were given work at Cheeseburger's New York golf club. Those individuals there, those migrants now are looking for the government for protection. They're asking Cheeseburger to come save them. That's like asking Tarzan to get, to swing through the trees and save the black community. Really? Really, have you Malinchistas lost your damn mind? Do you know who is sending your people across the border, whether they're legal or not? Okay? Who is in charge of the SS branch Nazis division we call ICE? Really? Are you starting to realize this now? Do you get it now? Well, let me open that up. Let me open up that can of worms for you, so this way you can understand what Cheeseburger has done. Now, because the shutdown has done two things, it has invigorated the base, and second, it has also produced a resiliency against the Republicans. Let me give you that ideology right quick. Now, from out of CBS News, new polls show Americans trust Democrats over Cheeseburger on border security. All right? I'm serious. Your MAGA idiots out there still trying to like, oh, build the wall, build the wall. You already built the wall. You built a wall of ignorance and arrogance, and therefore it is costing the lives of people of color left and right in this damn country. White Castle cheeseburgers are small. For real, for real. I miss those, though. I miss those. I used to get them in Jersey a lot of times, but a lot of times. Now, days after the long end of the longest shutdown in history, a new Quinnipiac poll released Tuesday found a majority of Americans trust Democrats over Cheeseburger on the issue at the center of the stalemate border security. 50% of registered voters said they trust Democrats in Congress to address border security, and opposed to 41% who say they trust Cheeseburger. How can you trust a guy that basically lies for the last 2 years over 8,159 times? Okay, and makes so much superfluous garbage come out of his mouth that some of y'all actually believe him. Some of y'all actually, as far as I'm concerned, some of you conservative blacks actually believe that crap. Really, really. Y'all are nothing but you conservative, MAGA-headed Negroes, sellouts, okay? You Uncle Toms, that sort of thing. You guys are going to get that rag from me for a while until this jackass is out of the doggone White House, all right? Now, the results are deeply divided along party and racial lines. Republicans trust Cheeseburger 7 to 8%, while Democrats trust the congressional Democrats at 91 to 4%, which is the reason why a lot of those bills went through the Senate, and guess what? They're revoting on those same damn things again. Quite interesting, isn't it? Now, white supporters trust Mr. Trump by 50 to 44%. Black voters trust Democrats by 75 to 16%, and Hispanic voters trust Democrats 66 to 13%. So if you are a man still riding on that MAGA hat dick riding crusade, 9 times out of 10, you're getting the shaft. You need that cold orange butt plug to stop the carnage. Either that or join the human centipede. Okay? As recently as November, in Washington, D.C., Washington Post ABC News poll found voters trusted Republicans over Democrats on border security by 10 points. Now, the 35-day shutdown as a result of the dispute over funding the border wall, Cheeseburger initially refused to sign any funding bill that did not include money for the wall, which Democrats opposed. Nancy Pelosi smacked that ass all day long, and then said, okay, on my orders, can you give your State of the Union address, which is going to be filled with nothing but teleprompter crap that somebody has to write for them to say, yes, we're still working on it and we're going to come to a deal, but I'm going to blame the Democrats, I'm going to blame I'm going to blame MS-13, and I'm going to strike fear and warmonger the hell out of you doing that address. Expect that. I expect that, because this clown prince of idiocy is doing this for the simple reason of his own damn ego. Really. Check this out. Now, let's see what people have learned from this, okay? Now, because of the shutdown, all right? Because of the shutdown, all right? And it's coming out of U.S. News here. There are a lot of people who suffered from this as a psychological bent, all right? Shutdown weakens personal resources for individual characteristics that help people deal with stress, according to the research. Federal employees are getting back pay, but personal resources, such as feelings of hope and optimism, are harder to restore since employees may have lingering negative feelings and thoughts about being furloughed well after the furlough ends. So we still, Walter Wiz Waddy's in the house. Nobody beats the Wiz. Okay, straight up. Wu-Tang, people, Wu-Tang. That's right, Wu-Tang. All right, now, because of the psychological damage that happened to the federal workers and everything, you only got until February 15th to revisit those feelings again when Cheeseburger holds it up. Here's what we got here from Politico. Maybe this will give you a little bit of a definition. Congressional negotiators haven't even held their first meeting to avert another shutdown, but the prospect of a big deal on border security and immigration is essentially dead. Let me spell that for you. D-E-A-D. Dead. Okay? Cheese caved in on the 35-day shutdown fight last week. He encouraged Congress to come up with a compromise, perhaps a trade of wall funding for temporary relief for Dreamers, as he had previously proposed. How can you give temporary relief? That doesn't even sound, I mean, what does that do? Come on. What does that do? Okay. Fucking Cheeseburger's wall. Walter says it right. There you go, people. There you go. I mean, come on. If we're talking about giving Dreamers temporary status, like we have this temporary peace agreement for this re-furloughed shutdown that's about to come back on February 15th, then what does that mean come April 15th? When taxes are due? Are they going to squeeze the money from out of taxpayers to build this stupid wall? Oh, yeah. Come on. They already had one scam on GoFundMe that some guy rolled with like $20 million, even if he was a veteran and a triple amputee. Homeboy ran off with the money. I laugh at that. Yes. We should build a wall around but with Cheeseburger inside. Yes, we should build a wall. I mean, come on. I mean, if we were going to do that, we might as well send them to, like, Alcatraz. No, Alcatraz is being, being visited by Jeff Bezos at this point. Well, no, bring him to Sing Sing. No, better yet, Rikers Island. Yeah. That way he can spend out the rest of his, I mean, most of the stuff that he's going to get tried for anyway when he goes to court, when he finishes his term or gets impeached, one or the other, is going to be based in New York. So we know that's coming, all right? Now, Democrats are ruling out ideals of negotiating DACA, which is skeptical that Cheeseburger would actually provide a permanent fix for the young undocumented immigrants after he previously rejected such a deal. Keep in mind that this is the same jackass, okay? This is the same jackass who hires illegal immigrants to work at his golf course, but is not going to protect them at all, even if they work 15, 20, sometimes up to 25 years for this fool. They were safe. They're fake in a room, put Cheeseburger in a room, in room 101. Oh, yes, in room 101, definitely. Now, the fading prospects of negotiation mean that Cheeseburger is likely to receive only a fraction of that $5.7 billion he's been seeking for his southern border barrier. People, when do y'all not understand that this man is about to fleece the crap out of America to pay the Russians the money that he already owes? Collusion? Possibly. Money laundering? Oh, hell yes. Oh, yes. Why do you think Roger Stone's sitting in jail right now? He's going to jail. He can plead not guilty all he wants. All right? But you know this as well as I do, and I can bet this on even money, okay, that Roger is going to flip. He thinks that he thinks he's going to get a pardon. The pardon would not do Cheeseburger statistically well at all. And that is all up and down the walls of the White House, even as we speak. So what Roger Stone thinks that, the sympathy from Fox News and everybody else is going to be there for him. Oh, he was a 60-year-old man when he got arrested. Come on, I don't hear that same sympathy when black people for decades, black and brown people for decades have gotten the same treatment for lesser crimes. Come on, you lied to the government. I mean, how does that not equal the exact same, punishment, crime and punishment procedures from either the FBI, the ATF, the CIA, the police department, SWAT teams, when it comes to somebody sitting up there saying, I'm not going to work because I don't like it. Okay, come on. Alrighty. Now, many Republicans generally agree that any Homeland Security spending deal crafted by the bipartisan bicameral group of 17 lawmakers would be narrow in scope. Okay, so Senate Majority Leader Cocaine Mitch Connell, okay, the evil bad snake of a bunch, okay, the most unhappiest individual in Congress today, okay, is also fine on a modest agreement as long as the government doesn't shut down again. Mitch McConnell had to own that one because he's a deflector for Cheeseburger, all right, and Cheeseburger's armor is starting to peel away slowly but surely, and it looks quite evident that there is a naked turtle standing in front of you named Mitch McConnell taking a bullet. I mean, Michael Cohen said he would take the bullet, and now he's flipping all kinds of crap on him left and right. But it's too early to close. It's too early to say how closely involved the White House will be with the conference committee. But Cheeseburger's legislative shop, led by Abe Sharia Knight, will be watching for signs that there's a deal to be had. Really? Really? Come on, people. Between February 15th and April 15th is when everybody's going to make a mad scramble to make their taxes come through, okay? And a lot of you are going to look for that refund. Really. You might get chipped, okay? Just like in Vegas. They're going to take some money off the top and then give you whatever you got coming. That money is going to go for, border security. When you already have $6 billion sitting on top of the desk. Jeez, people, come on. We can't do that. We can't do that. Which I laugh at this. I laugh at this because it also shows the vulnerability of Cheeseburger himself. All right? For being a loose cannon. Come on. He walks through the White House when he brings tours of people through the White House. He points out all the stuff that everybody else did. Like he'll go to this is the office where Bill Clinton had that dirty liaison with Monica Lewinsky. Oh, and this is the room where Obama sat right here and watched basketball and put a hole in the damn wall. Okay? Nobody is making a tour of when this jackass is sitting on his fat ass, sitting up there arguing in front of the TV at Fox News. Speaking of arguments, this is a good one right here. My man Cliff Sims has got a lawsuit against him for blabbing, for snitching. Remember when the government shut down, the FBI could not pay its snitches. So, for everybody that has a tell-all book that came out as soon as Cheeseburger wound up being president, are looking at the confidentiality statements that are nothing but bogus pieces of papers that are not even meant for the government at all. They're not even governmental. There's just privacy issues between what I share with you and what you are basically being shared, the information I'm sharing with you. So, privacy agreements in the government don't work. They don't, never have, never will. All right. So if anybody comes out with a tell-all about what Cheeseburger does behind every closed doors, the more the merrier. It gives people an insight. It also makes these authors 9 times out of 10 a lot better suited for the job. The Hill, former White House aide, says he's not worried about lawsuit on tell-all book. That is Cliff Sims. He said Tuesday night that he has yet to receive formal notice for legal action from Cheeseburger's campaign after the president alleged he violated a disclosure agreement with his new tell-all book. Why does he do that? For that, we have to look at Ivanka and we have to look at Marla. You know, the previous wives of Cheeseburger altogether. You know, tossed salad and milkshake. Okay, straight up. Hey, fries go with that shake? It does. Sometimes it doesn't work with the Cheeseburger. So, at this point, it's all tweets. I haven't seen any. I haven't been sent anything on that. So, just kind of waiting on to see if that actually happens. Now, Mr. Sims has probably been the closest yet to Cheeseburger, but there are closer people than that. Come on. Your boy Fred Kelly's on his way out the door, but I'm pretty sure he's got a book in him somewhere. Sims indicated he's not concerned about the potential lawsuit, but acknowledged that he likely signed a non-disclosure agreement similar to those agreed by former White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer, former campaign aides Corey Lewandowski, and David Boise. Each of those individuals have written books about their time working with Jackass. Alrighty? Now, Sims, who has been put on a media blitz to promote his book Team of Vipers, was the target of a tweet from Cheeseburger himself on Tuesday morning. Cheeseburger dismissed Sims as a low-level staffer that I hardly knew. He does this all the time. Come on. Paul Manafort, he's barely on the campaign. Roger Stone, he barely worked for me. Cliff Sims, I barely knew this punk. Really? Really? Everybody that sits at that table, who doesn't sit up and go to like the ready room of Cheeseburger to watch TV, okay, alrighty, automatically knows that this fool cannot, he made enemies coming in. And all of them gathered around to get as much information as possible. Come on, the guy eats paper, for crying out loud. I find it hysterical. I also find it hysterical that when you have black MAGA-headed idiots supporting this meatball, it goes both ways in the black community, doesn't it? Come on, look at the Black Caucus in Congress. They haven't done jack shit for the black community since they've been there. Now that they're sitting there complaining like, oh, we're going to investigate why he's got all these kids missing and separated from their children. This diaspora that he created, and we're trying to find answers behind it. Really? Wow. Wow. I tell you, black people get into politics, boy, they completely like forget all about the neighborhoods. I mean, come on. A lot of people in the hood said the same thing when Obama got in. Okay, so nothing happened, Jack. They already white-faced him and said, oh, he's part of the status quo. He was a centrist, all right? 9 times out of 10, people, we put too much faith in our black leadership that wears a suit and a tie. We also put faith in black leadership in our communities when they don't put a suit and tie on and have the interest of the community at heart, okay? But if we cannot come together and we're always set on the fence for division, our clans become weak. They do. People become misinformed. Always. And those who are kept in the dark and grown and fed a lot of bullshit or mushrooms, or are they just too damn busy to realize that they are? I ask those type of questions. Anyway, Sims, who has been on a media blitz to promote the book, basically dismissed the idea that Cheeseburger is going to do anything. So during roughly his 18 months in the Cheeseburger administration, Sims serves as director of the White House message strategy. Errand boy. That's right, fuck the wall and the shutdown. Keep in mind, people, the shutdown is only around the corner. The shutdown is only around the corner. We only got, but like, come on, 17 days before Cheeseburger says no again and doesn't get his way. Nancy Pelosi smacks the crap out of him again, sends him in the corner with a dunce hat and says, stay there, mind your business and mind your manners, so this way you can actually get your shit together. All right? Now, for the rest of everybody else that doesn't realize this mess, realize that Cheeseburger has also pulled another failed promise out of his ass again. All right? So Sims Books is the latest in a string of insider books that have been written about Cheeseburger's White House. Former staffer Omarosa Manigault, okay, Newman, who I do have a picture of her on my website at a rally. She is what we call an opportunist, okay? She showed up in, let's see, Leimert Park in South Central. I remember it. She showed up to voice her opinion about how black and brown people were being treated by the police. She just wanted to be there as a photo op to say she was down with the people. Hence, years later, as an opportunist, she showed her true colors writing a book about what's going on in the White House, which is nothing but fluff. An opportunist is an opportunist. Is this man an opportunist? Who knows? Our owners don't like you. Our owners don't like you, okay? Okay. Of course they don't like me. All right? They don't like me for the simple reason they've been trying to cut my feet for the longest, man. They've been trying to cut my feet for the longest. So, in this particular case, Cheeseburger would call, you know, Woodward an idiot, Manigault a dog, and Wolf's work fake book. But if millions of people are putting these things on the #1 bestseller list every single time, I mean, come on. What does that tell you? People are starting to read. If the polls don't prove that as a partial proof to the fact that Cheeseburger's popularity is sinking, I mean, his popularity is sinking so low, it's almost ridiculous, all right? So, what do we have here? We have the instance of, say, like, you know, a wall that may not be built. We also have the instances of this jackass trying to move, Bible school into public schools. We have a lot of conservative, racist movements going on within our communities that if your city leaders, in your city councils don't block half of that crap, we are looking at a containment factor that is going to really stifle the growth of the black and brown communities as a whole. I watched an episode of Star Trek last night between those that lived in the clouds, in the city of the clouds, the Stratus people, and those that dug out in the mines for the Stratus people to maintain their ability to be the elites. You know what happened? It was the air. It was the gas. There was something that was missing. And right now, I know what's missing. It's called valued social intellect. Okay? And therefore, we do not take the time to do the research. We don't even take the time to research what the hell is killing us. All right? I'll give you a good example. I didn't even know I had 3 of my favorite aunts pass away. One, 9 years ago. The other one, 3 years ago on my birthday. And one 3 days ago. Mysteriously, because they were women, they died from cancer. Cancer runs throughout the entire family system, and for some stupid reason, we, as a clan, cannot ascertain or research as to why this is happening. Is that the fate of everybody that keeps their head down and totes the roll and basically dies on their knees praying to some mystical sky god that's going to come down and save them? Really? Living God is a living man is a living God. God Rastafari. We take for granted all the stories that have been taken out of the freaking Bible and don't really research them. We take things that are happening to us as for granted. Why is this happening? Why is my chain in the family dying from cancer? Is there a reason? Is it hereditary? No one comes up with any answers. But we're too depressed to do anything else. We're so far gone on everything else, right? Good. That's a problem within the black community itself. You're so middle-minded on every damn thing else, you're forgetting what really matters. Whether it's dysfunctional or functional at all, love is the key to everything, all right? So far, there has been no love. What better place than Foxconn reconsidering plans to make LCD panels in Wisconsin, at a Wisconsin plant that was basically another one of Paul Ryan's cheeseburger deals. See, Foxconn is in China, so they're trying to reroute all that work back here. However, Foxconn Technology Group is reconsidering plans to make an advanced liquid crystal display panels at a $10 billion Wisconsin campus and says it intends to hire mostly engineers and researchers rather than the manufacturing workforce to project the project originally promised. There is another lie by Cheeseburger. Now, for those people that are living in Wisconsin who thought they were going to get jobs, what is that going to look like on the Wisconsin primary? Are you going to have some jackass from say, like, Starbucks, some billionaire jackass from Starbucks to come up there and pull a Ralph Nader? Remember how Ralph Nader entered the fray and caused, yes, it is mental slavery, and caused, okay, was it George Bush? The man of the shoe attack, the drunkard. Okay, I call him Drinky Crow. Basically won a second term because of Ralph Nader. If there's going to be an absolute attempt at making sure that that happens again, then it is quite advantageous that yes, of course. People are going to be stupid enough to go for it. Trust and believe. Wisconsin, y'all got played. Y'all got played. And between Wisconsin, Minnesota, Detroit, Michigan, and everybody in North that is going through this polar vortex in Chicago, ooh, I feel sorry for you. But then again, y'all are used to that. But here comes your sucker punch of the day. Bam! Bam! All right, we're at the halfway point, people. This is KTNG Morning Show, as yours truly here. Grits Man, bringing it to you, baby. Everybody, get yourself to our website, KTNG860am.org, and get yourself a mug. You people on YouTube, let me show you this. See, I can't do this on Facebook, well, I'll feed and whatnot, but you know, the only reason why I do this is because, one, I try to raise money and try to raise awareness at the same time. So, you can get yourselves a book, The Iron Tree. Great stories of preservation and perseverance, persistence, faith, hope, and success. All right there, written down in 1 year, okay? Now, the mug itself is available. We got books. We also have what we do here for everything else, to enlighten your mind and give you subjects to think about, like the art of Eve, happier than a big bowl of oranges in the iron. Therefore, my people on, as they would say, YouTube, you have the option of getting that. Whoop! Oh, love that side effect. Anyway, back on track. Page 2 of the KTNG Morning Show. Now, let us look at what Cheeseburger has been calling a cry for, say, like, you know, global warming to come back. I find that the most inflammatory statement of all time. Because, needless to say, when scientists have proven facts that we are in a 12-year run for climate change, nobody wants to take it seriously. Nobody doesn't want to do anything. I had a discussion with my friend, Dr. Dwayne Proctor, okay? And we were discussing this yesterday in a 2-hour conversation amongst everything about climate change. And therefore, yes, cows are basically putting out methane to, you know, cause the ozone layer to go kaput. But what about the man-made stuff? Okay, the man-made stuff that the cows are eating, the man-made stuff that coal is burning throughout the air, the man-made stuff that are coming from emissions from around the world. Okay, yes, in the trade war with China, we're still making products there. When it comes to resource wars, we are very diligent in South Africa in making sure that we keep our Cold War going on there. Now, with Venezuela on the deck and so forth, John Bolton is sitting up there saying, hey, let's send some troops down there, take over their oil, change their constitution. Therefore, our coup was a success because it failed in 2002. What does that prove, people? That fossil fuels are the way to go, the way to strive when we can do this a lot better, save our planet, and stop this ridiculous polar vortex that is going to set a painful all-time record, a generational thing? The only generational thing that I remember and so forth, reading through history books, was the Great Depression, when the Dust Bowl kicked up. There was no pollutants in the air or anything like that, nothing man-made, okay? But the garbage that we put into our atmosphere is making this happen, and therefore, we deserve every freaking bit of it, all right? Axios, polar vortex is setting a painful all-time records. Okay. Big picture, an air mass that originated in the high Arctic is currently swinging across the Great Lakes, sending more air temperatures plummeting below minus 30 degrees, combined with winds at 40 miles an hour. At times, wind chills have reaching dangerous levels below 50 minus degrees, and in some cases, minus 60, in parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, and Michigan. Okay, now that we understand that. We understand that for a simple reason, because one, it is climate change. Climate change. This has the potential to be life-threatening cold air. This has the coldest air many of us will ever experience. This is not a case of meh. It's Iowa during winter, and it's cold, and this cold happens. This is a record-breaking cold air temperature with wind chill values not seen in the 21st century in Iowa. Okay? There are cities that are going to be shut down behind this. In Chicago, all-time record for the coldest daytime high temperature is likely to be tied or broken, with temperatures only climbing to minus 11 degrees Celsius Fahrenheit. Similar records are in jeopardy in South Bend, Indiana, Kalamazoo, Michigan, and Rockford, Illinois. Let's face it, people. Let's face it. For those idiots who think that climate change is not a factor, here it is. Here it is. For those of you who are sitting there bitterly complaining that it's cold outside, thank your president for being an idiot for not going to the Paris Accord to work on climate change. We really need to work on this, people, because if not, more stories are going to come out of this. New York Times, I'm cold and I'm afraid. Across the Midwest, homeless await deep freeze. This is sad. This is sad, okay? I'm cold and I'm afraid, Mr. Neely said, adding that he was trying to raise enough money from the bundled commuters rushing past to pay for a $45 motel room on a night that weather forecasters warned would send the Midwest into a deep freeze unlike anything this region has ever seen in years. What about the prospects of going to one of the sources of shelters? Officials in Chicago, like the cities of Minneapolis, Milwaukee, and Detroit, had urged homeless people to seek warmth enduring the stretch of the dangerous cold. Why? You don't understand, Mr. Neely said. A lot of us don't like to go to shelters because of bed bugs. We don't go because people steal from you. We don't go because you can't even really sleep in a shelter. But my feet are cold and these clothes are all I've got. And there I asked them, what can humanity do in spite of its homeless population? Are we willing to open the door and let people in to sleep on the floor of our warm homes and apartments? You don't see the rich getting off their asses for nothing. Really. These are the people who sit up and say, you know, we're going to work on the housing problems. You know, I got to give it to Amazon. Jeff Bezos finally got a click in his mind to do it in Seattle. But what about the rest of the people that are sitting there freezing to death? Just here in Colorado Springs, a man froze to death on a bus bench. Froze to death. He was homeless. It's frightening. And we're not getting any of that polar vortex at all. But yet still, you MAGA-headed idiots out there think that that cheeseburger's doing great. Yeah. Let's see what happens after this polar vortex comes through and freezes the crap out of everybody. Speaking of crap, I do this because there are a lot of people out there who sit there and say that, yes, you know, there are things out there that are basically bad. But when it comes to Chicago, y'all just do it up so good. Come on, what happened? After Bernie Mac died, everybody just lost their damn minds? Obviously. That's right. Your pastor there railed on Obama for, you know, not doing anything. I mean, come on. Cheeseburger held a rally out there and said he would do something with the police department, didn't do nothing. And now, for all of it, useless eaters, and the term is useless. And that's the term they use. Yes. Now, here's something that I know that has evidence written all over it. I'm going to help all of the clout chasers out there come to a stark reality. Chicago police are investigating the possible hate crime attack on Empire star Jussie Smollett. Okay? The actor said two people yelled anti-gay and racist slurs, beat him, poured a chemical substance on him, and wrapped a rope around his neck. Police are searching for evidence. Okay, let me show you where the evidence is. Rule number 1, it's Chicago. Rule number 2, well, evidence rule number 2, this was done at night. What fool idiot is going to go out walking around in Chicago at night? All right? Unless you're a part of like some sort of revenge hit gang that likes to sit up and make useless rap songs about each other without having any kind of like, you know, financial support from like the rest of the world to acknowledge that you can rap. All right? I mean, come on. You guys are doing this just for jokes. That's why I look at it as. Anyway. But here it is. The star of Empire. Now, Empire is made in, you know, the Empire is shot there in Chicago. Come on, I know what fucking buildings will look. I know what the fucking buildings look like because I toured there myself. All right, can't hide that. So here it is. Jussie Smollett, who stars in Fox Empire, is one of the most prominent black gay characters on TV. Said he was brutally beaten in Chicago on Monday night in what police are calling a possible hate crime. Now let's look at the evidence again. Chicago at night, you black, plus you gay, and 9 times out of 10 you was in the wrong area at the wrong damn time. But what makes it so interesting is that it's the show Empire, okay? I would say the demographics of watching Empire are mostly black. I mean, come on, Fox doesn't put a lot of black programming on anyway, but they put one on there so that way we can show basically the industry at an ignorant level of like how people kill, stomp, and roll through motherfuckers left and freaking right just to get a deal, or just to put nepotism up front of everything else. Very good. So the actor was walking down the street when two unknown people approached him while allegedly yelling racial and anti-gay slurs. They hit him in the face and poured an unknown chemical substance. The unknown chemical substance was bleach. Let me put the evidence in front of you this time, all right? Racial slurs. Walking around in Chicago on a Monday night. Most importantly, y'all put bleach on them. This wasn't done by no white people, and then you put a rope around his neck to signify this wasn't done by no white people. This was done by black people. I bet you my food stamps. Okay, I bet you my food stamps. The ones that I'm not going to get in March because we're still going to be doing this crap. I bet you anything in the world that was black people who did this. And the reason why I say this because there's still many of you R. Kelly knuckleheads out there still roasting around on that one. Okay? Straight up. Black people did this to this man. All right? Possible self-hate on hate crime like that. Have we evolved or de-evolved to such a particular pattern that we are acceptable of this? I thought that from the 60s to the 70s to the 80s, at least we were making some kind of progress. We get to the 90s, and once year 2000 hit, de-evolution happened. And now we got our own brethren and sisters. I don't care how you want to just want to placate to the crap of it, okay? The words that are coming out of your mouth are not intelligent enough for me to actually believe it. This was a black-on-black crime, straight up and down. And the only reason why the police are going to take their time going through the evidence and so forth, because it is. When have you ever seen black-on-black crime, go through the media for damn near a month? Ever. But when it's a white person, white women, boy, oh yes, they get the whole bunch of tear time. Damn near 3 months. Damn near 3 months. It's statistics, people. If you watch the news blatantly or blindly and just hear the information from what you want to hear, you're not hearing the information on how it's presented. Having spent time being a secretary at the Big Blue in Hollywood called the Scientology, okay? Pluto 7, what's up? What's up? Scientology, their classes teaches you how to read between the lines. I read between the lines and I hear between the lines of what people are actually saying. This right here says, one of the attackers who wrapped a rope around the actor's neck during the assault before fleeing the scene, okay, yelled, MAGA country. That is the goofiest, come on, man, that's it. You're in the heart of Chicago, okay? Black people only watch Empire. They know your face. They know you're here. You got targeted, you got recon, and you got your ass beat by your own people of color. That's all. And to say something that MAGA country comes out of your freaking mouth, that is just so stupid. That is just so stupid. You know why? You know why? Because you're afraid. Our black communities are afraid of each other. When we're afraid of each other like that, that doesn't show progress. It shows our de-evolution right then and there into the tribalness that we have about certain things and about certain cultures, about certain genders. We don't progress from there at all. We stay closed and basically telling our family business is a bad taboo thing, really. Really? Well, I tell you what, during the month of February, I will be promoting throwaways for all 28 of them damn days. And if the people in the Berlin Black Film Festival in Berlin, Germany, 5,000 of them actually sat there and saw it, and where I got theses written on the bottom, I'm going to put that business back out there again every year. Every year, I'm going to promote it. Straight up. Now, I love it, man. I love it. I love it. We have psychological profiling that goes on because of the shutdown. Cheeseburgers people, the MAGA 6, are all going to, or all sitting in jail or going to jail or being arrested, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then we have the ignorance of our own communities who subsequently don't really care about you. If you are following the avalanche downhill from a racist jackass, that means that you're going to do something racist in light of it and try and pin it on somebody else. Come on. Or as my boy Vicente would say, come on, man. Y'all full, man. Y'all full of it. Y'all straight full of it. Y'all straight full of it. One more around the corner. One more around the corner. Okay? Oh, God. Oh, this is so funny. This is fun. I love funny stories. I really do. Feds, this is like 9 hours ago, Chicago politician received Viagra. Okay? Why am I so dead on you like this, Chicago? Okay? Received Viagra, sex acts to push through city council actions. Wow. Chicago politicians received sex acts, Viagra campaign contributions, and free use of Indiana farm once owned by Oprah in exchange for pushing through official city council actions. Federal prosecutors alleged in court filings cited by the Chicago Sun-Times, a 120-page federal affidavit shows federal investigators listened in on more than 18,000 cell phone conversations between retiring Alderman Danny Solis and others over the course of at least 1 year, in addition to running surveillance on his private meetings and trips to massage parlors. Damn. You know what's so funny about that? I'm going to be surprised of how many hours of, surveillance that may pertain to Compton City Council as well. Oh yes, Janice Zarita, I know your dirty ass history. Yes, I do, woman. Oh yeah. And let's see, SpongeBob. Yes, you got the raw end of the deal. How are you a Filipino thinking that you're representing all of the Latinos there in Compton? Okay? And then when white folks got a hold of your ass for basically just, running amok, they took it out on your brother. Oh yeah, they took him out. Yeah. Think about it, people. Think about it. During that time, Solis reportedly secretly recorded at least about a dozen conversations with Alderman Edward M. Burke, the former chairman of the City Council's Finance Committee, who was charged early this month with one count of attempted extortion. Illinois House Speaker Michael Madigan, Democratic Chicago, the longest-serving state House Speaker in the country, was also reportedly secretly recording by Solis. Though he issued a statement Tuesday noting that he is not under investigation, Solis resigned as chairman of the City Council's Zoning Committee on Tuesday, shortly after the new allegations were reported by the Sun-Times. No charges have been filed publicly against him. Sky Fisher, y'all remember him? Oh yeah, Bati boy. Gonna go down in San Diego or whatnot and do an attempted raid on a transgender person, and then now he's sitting in jail still. Nice. Corruption, people. Absolute power corrupts, absolutely. But when people have to take it nepotistically and then say that it's all in the family, I have issues with that. I have strong issues with that because there's so much, of people doing the Julius Caesar Brutus thing within the whole clique. It doesn't mean progress whatsoever, now does it? I mean, come on. Come on. If I see it for what it is, and then I gotta have the bitch cut, as I call it. You won't discuss the problem, you won't find solutions for the problem, but you want to avoid addressing the problem by going in another direction. Wow. No problem. No problem. Then I wipe my hands of the community. If y'all gonna be like that, I'm gonna wipe my hands of the community as a whole, because you're not supportive. Okay? Fine by me. Fine by me. Please, if I ever blow up, don't ask me for shit. I'm gonna blow this up. I'm gonna blow this all the way up. Okay? But I refuse to abandon the community that wants to rise. Those who work within the community to do better for their communities. Okay? Yeah, it takes a nation, it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a nation to repair the broken men syndrome that you got in Atlanta, that you do have in the South. Why? Why? I tell you, man, it's almost embarrassing. It is. It's almost embarrassing The matriarchs and the patriarchs in the black community have no balls, and they basically are using click language to accentuate their answer to every problem. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, I mock thee all damn day long. But I tell you one thing, please, if you are on Facebook, do not put any Black History quotes when I know who you are and you are faking the funk. Do something with those quotes. Your kids. Because the education that is going to rewarp itself within the public schools is not going to be based on our history. All right? It's going to be based on how corrupt America really is. How genocidal we have become. How much diaspora did we commit against people of color? For what? Profit. Profit and greed, people. That's what it boils down to. And if we're allowed ourselves to chase those dreams like that, all you're doing is chasing somebody else's nightmares. Make your own dreams, live your dreams, and have the character within your dreams to excel everybody else's expectations. Because the naysayers and the haters, straight, no balls. Because the naysayers and the haters are the jealous ones who never attempted to do anything with their life other than just being in that mode of party and bullshit. And as long as y'all want to run that, by all means, go ahead. Let's see how far that ship actually floats. I'm not getting on the Titanic that already has a hole in it. Okay, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna try and stop the engineers of building this damn boat and stop leaving the hole and making the hole first and then build the boat later. That's a metaphor right there, people. In other words, get thy shit together. Snoopy's in the house. Bingo, bango, bongo. All right? So, if anything, people, if anything, try. Don't sit there and, try and drop and do this, that, and everything else. Don't worry, Frick saying I'm going to come get you. I'm going to come get you in a minute, all right? As for the rest of you jackasses, all right, I got you. I got you. All right? Now, good morning to you. Ellen Jackson. Good morning to Alexandra Hexa Carlson. Good morning, okay, to my people. Hakan Akhtoum, good morning. Walter Wiswadi, good morning. Africa Islam for coming through. Good morning, Pluto 7. A long time no see. Good morning, Takuchi Nakako. Good morning. I'm sorry. Good morning, Angelique Marie Monet. Good morning, Kelly Mack. Good morning, Walter Jenkins. Good morning. For the people in the nappy dugout. Good morning, Roxanne Shantae. Good morning, Gloria Anderson. Good morning, Tina Hightower. Good morning, Miles Jones. Good morning, Raheem Antarctica Miller. Cold-blooded. Good morning to Sakil Muhammad. Good morning to Eva Santiago. Good morning to Tom Bacon. Good morning to Jason Anthony. Good morning, okay, to everyone around the world. And I say this emphatically. Good morning to my people in Japan. Domo. Good morning to my people in China. Ni hao. Good morning to my people in Nigeria, in Nairobi, in South Africa. Good morning to my brother, Rasmanar Benzema, who is a living example of how hip-hop can inspire a community to do better. This man's been doing it now for the last 3 years, and he's gone through some of the worst areas in South Africa to prove that there is a voice there. He's giving voice to the voiceless. Round of applause on that one. Gotta give him thumbs up. Gotta give him the woo. Straight up. Okay? That's called building your community. That's with your black brethren and sisters. That is called being together. That is called making sure that everybody in the family understands who does what, when, and where. Alex Scott, good morning. Dude, you be having some crazy adventures. Darius, good morning. Okay. Juan Garcia, good morning. Yes, indeed. Lucella Testa, good morning. All the way out there in Italy. Brenda Ika Perkins, good morning. Good morning, cheeseburgers around the world. African Islam, you are cracking me up. I'm serious. You're doing it. My girls, oh my God. Frank Yates, good morning. Also, my girl out there in Chicago right about now. Poor thing, she's freezing her butt off. Oh my God. I can't even think of her name right about now, but I will get to it. It'll come back to me eventually. Heidi Gardner, good morning. I hope your parents are doing well. Bridget Larkins, good morning. Luke Cage, Power Man, good morning. Iron Fist is right here working with you. Also, the Ponic Beats, good morning. Yo, Joan Air Beats, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Terry Wynn, good morning. Oh my God. Cheesy boy. Jay Richardson, good morning. Oh boy, there's a lot of y'all, boy. A lot of y'all showed up. A lot of y'all showed up. My brother, okay, who knows me just as well as anything else, if not better, the Dr. Dwayne Proctor, okay, of the, let's see, R8, well, he belongs to a great foundation that basically that supported me and funded me, okay. Stasio Martinez, good morning. And Mark Ruff, good morning. Potsy, good morning. I know you don't, I don't know, see you. Dulcie, Melody Orozco, good morning. Maria Villarreal, good morning. McQueen Compton, Nigerian, Professor Nigerian, good morning. Missed your lecture last night, so I'll try to get to that. Hey, Rosilla, good morning. Fresh Cuts, good morning. All my disguisable names and whatnot. Chris Crowder, good morning. I swear to God. Oh my goodness. Where in the heck is that woman's name? Damn it. Anyway, good morning to a whole bunch of you around the world. Canada, good morning. South America, good morning. Venezuela, good morning. I hope everything is going well for my people down there. I haven't heard from you in a while because you guys are on an internet blackout. There's also an internet blackout in South Africa right about now because of the voting situation, and the opposition parties are fighting each other and whatnot for taking control. I'm really blowing out my support for the people in Venezuela who had to suffer through Maduro's anarchy and everything, but you guys are going to get a bad Punjab session here because the United States is backing this coup. And you guys don't see it. Everybody else on the right-wing side of the media is saying, oh, we support it, we support it. You guys don't see what's coming down the pipeline. If it happened in Central America, it's going to happen to you. All right? This arrogant use of the Monroe Doctrine all over Latin America, the United States has had a foot doing so, and this is all based on resources, all of it, every single beast mode part of it. Okay, now let's see. Oh my God, I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna do for the morning shots this morning. Yeah, Glenn Covington, good morning. Rodney Adam Whippy, good morning. Tasmanian Pain, good morning. I don't even know why. No, never mind. Don Miguel, good morning. Joshua Carrasco, all the way out there in Florida, good morning. The man is doing exceptionally good work in the hip hop culture by exposing colleges to what freestyle is, what metaphors. I mean, he's doing a hell of a job. This man should get a humanitarian award from Time Magazine, for real. All right, and I applaud also everyone that is working within the hip hop culture to not only bring out those voices, bring out those talents, but also to really do good work for the community, okay? And these are the community heroes that should be running the damn government, for real. But, unfortunately, the status quo that we have, the elite quo, the ones who are taking the tax breaks and not sharing it with the community at all. Florida is the nutsack of the United States just as well as Ohio is the armpit of America. Okay? Y'all stinky. And you know you're stinky. You just blow everything completely out of proportion when it comes to working with your communities of color. You really do. And there it was. There it was. Get your hoodies out next month, people. We're going to walk around like Trayvon Martin. Go where you want to go. Be who you want to be. And stand as you're supposed to stand. Okay? That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. But in the meantime, let's act like human beings. Like real human beings that actually care about one another. Put a smile on somebody's face today. You can do it. I mean, I got sunshine all over the place. It's cold as crap. And we don't have any wind. Doing a little bit better than you in Chicago. So therefore, Kelly Rowland, good morning. Victor McNewman, good morning. I know you're out there. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And Brian Parker, good morning. Good Lord. Lawrence Creighton, good morning. Crazy. Stephanie Rivas, that's right. Burr, it is beyond brick cold. Oh my God, yes. And she's looking at minus 20 degrees. Stephanie. Yeah, I love you to death, honey, but I don't know. I don't think you should be outside at all. Okay. But, you know, you shouldn't complain. You shouldn't complain. That's where you wanted to live. That's where you wanted to live. For the rest of the world, oh, Andrea Arroyo, good morning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your posts and everything, because those are really relevant to the stigmatization in which reason why, you know, this is all happening. So get out there, put smiles on people's faces, people, because this is what we need to do. We can share our love and share our happiness for each other. 9 times out of 10, we can rise greater than those who give us credit for. All right. One last thing. Why don't black kids shoot up schools? Because our parents will walk in at a school and say, bring the full government, and say your full government name, and bring your black narrow ass here. You got me fucked up. If you finna have me, and you all over the news like never raised your bitch ass right. Put that motherfucking gun down, walk your ass out this door, and don't ever think of some shit like this again. And oh yeah, and since you feel like you was gonna shoot some shit up, I'm gonna finna shoot this motherfucking belt across your ass. Marilyn Risk, good morning. That's why black kids don't shoot up schools, because black parents will embarrass the crap out of you. Pretty much what I will do here. Anyway, appreciate everybody coming through. Make a friend today. Share your happiness, express your love, and most importantly, learn to connect as human beings, because that's essentially what we are, the salt of the earth. And if we don't connect as human beings, then we become anarchists and we become rebels. Much more would less happen to me. But hey, can't complain about the past. This is the future they created, and now you got to deal with it. And therefore, as we wrap up our show, this has been the KTNG Morning Show, KTNG860am.org. 501c status, non-profit. Love, peace, and chicken grease, people. You know the words. You know how I end this. All power to the people. All people with freaking purpose. Find one, get one, do it. Bam! Like that. Get your purpose. We